Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
And we begin tonight in Roseville, where a man has been charged after a woman's body was found in the bed of a pickup truck that was involved in a hit-and-run crash. Glad you're with us for Local 4 News at 5. We are learning about brand new clues in this case as we get our first look at the man who's been charged.
19-year-old Stephen Freeman is charged with multiple felony counts, but not murder. Jacqueline Francis is live at the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office in Mount Clemens tonight. Jacqueline, there are still a lot of questions here.
Yeah, Karen and Devin, a lot of questions. And like you said, to be clear, there are no murder charges in this case so far. Instead, the 19-year-old who's accused of driving the pickup truck with the body in the back was charged with 2 felonies today, including concealing the death of an individual. Investigators are revealing the first clues in the mysterious death of 62-year-old Gabrielle Seitz. Her body was found last week in the back of a pickup truck involved in a fender bender in Roseville. The driver, seen fleeing the scene, was charged in court today.
I believe so, yes, ma'am.
19-year-old Stephen Freeman pleaded not guilty to 2 5-year felonies, including concealing the death of an individual and receiving and concealing stolen property. Prosecutors say the vehicle Freeman was driving belonged to the victim.
Ms. Seitz was found with a shoelace around her neck, obvious signs of strangulation.
They're still waiting on an official cause of death from the medical examiner. Meanwhile, investigators are chasing down additional leads in the case.
It looks like there may be some other individuals of interest, and as a result, again, the investigation continues.
Another big question investigators are still trying to answer is what the relationship was between the victim and the suspect. Freeman is being held in a $75,000 bond. We're live outside the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office. Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
What a story. All right, Jacqueline. Now to Warren, where a high school hall monitor has been arrested and charged with a number of sex crimes, including a sexual assault of a 14-year-old student on school grounds.
22-year-old Jaron Johnson, who works at Lincoln High School, was arraigned in Warren this afternoon and given a hefty $500,000 bond. Mara McDonald is at the school in the south end of Warren this evening. Mara, what do we know about the charges?
Karen, there are a lot of them, and they're very serious, including one that could send this young man to prison for the rest of his life if he's convicted. Let me show you.
Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido charging 22-year-old Jaron Johnson today. He's accused of having sex with a 14-year-old student while on school property. He was employed by the district as a hall monitor at Lincoln High School, which is in the Van Dyke Public Schools, and all 8 charges are serious. 3 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree, 2 counts of accosting a minor, 2 counts of distributing sexually explicit material, and 1 count using a computer to send explicit material. Johnson was arraigned today. Judge Suzanne Fonts gave him a $500,000 cash bond.
Back here live, the superintendent from the Van Dyke Public Schools reaching out to us today, telling us that as soon as the district became aware of these allegations, it conducted its own investigation. It also alerted Warren PD immediately that Johnson was fired after the district concluded its investigation and has been helping out with the police investigation ever since. We are live in Warren. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, disturbing case there, Mara. Thank you. Right now, state police helping investigate after 2 people are shot in Highland Park. Police say 1 person was killed, another hurt in the shooting near 3rd and Elmhurst. Video from the scene shows a crashed car in a lot, and we're working to learn more about the circumstances and if anyone has been arrested.
Also here at 5, police in Farmington are investigating a shooting outside a home.
This happened this morning at a townhome complex near Grand River and Farmington Road, just outside of downtown Farmington. Rob Maloney was there today as police worked to find the shooter.
Farmington police believe the shooter was back here in between the dumpster fencing here and the building when the shooting happened. But this was audacious because the police department is just 2 blocks that way. And take a look right over here is the Sunny Daycare and Montessori. Children were here because they started arriving at 7 a.m., but they weren't outside because they're building a new play structure.
It all started with a slashed truck tire. That was the first Farmington police say that they heard from this address on Slocum downtown. They received a phone call about 8:15 a.m. from the homeowner who stood outside wanting to file a police report. 4 minutes later, he called police back and said he'd been shot. Police arrived shortly thereafter and found the man lying on the ground with serious gunshot wounds. They did first aid, sent the man to the hospital in an ambulance. Bob Huhannison is Farmington's public safety deputy director.
We think the suspect came in a vehicle and left the vehicle. We're pretty sure that this was not a random event, and that we have some suspects that we're working at the moment.
In all, detectives say the gunman fired 7 shots and quickly left. They're thinking he might have parked in a lot adjacent to the brownstones at the Orchards luxury townhomes that offered an easier path to a getaway. Neighbor Nada Mehdi heard the shots, told Local 4 she knew the shooting victim as a nice man who walked his dog in the neighborhood often.
I mean, it's unsettling, but it seems to happen everywhere you go. There's not really any safe spot.
Now, this was a well-orchestrated ambush shooting based on what police are telling us, and it worked out well for the shooter except for the fact that he was seen leaving. The Farmington police telling us tonight that a light-skinned black male who got away as a passenger in a gray Ford Fusion with heavily tinted windows and no license plate left the scene. If you know anything about the shooting, they do want to hear from you. We right now believe that the victim remains in critical condition. We've had no update there, and then there are no arrests so far either. We'll stay on top of this. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Okay, Rod. The family of Porter Burks, the man fatally shot by Detroit police during a mental health crisis, is suing the department. Jeffrey Feiger filed a $50 million wrongful death lawsuit claiming a host of issues during that encounter with police last month. Sean Lay, following this story, he's at Feiger's office in Southfield with what's in that lawsuit. Sean.
Let's talk about a big point made in the lawsuit. I'm 50 feet away, Devin, from our camera. The lawsuit's alleging that Porter Burks was 50 feet away holding a knife from police. That's where the police would be about 50 feet away when they opened fire. Today, you mentioned this $50 million lawsuit here announced at Jeffrey Feiger's office. It also included this medical examiner's report. Here are the details of that. The medical examiner's report finds that of the 38 shots fired by Detroit police, 19 hit Porter Burks. 2 shots to his head, 6 to his chest, 5 to his left arm, and more.
This is the definition of excessive force. There was absolutely no need to use deadly force in this confrontation.
Kiana Wilson is Burks' mother. The $50 million lawsuit names Detroit police and 5 unnamed Detroit police officers. The 20-year-old Burks had a pocket knife October 2nd. Family says he struggled with mental health issues. They did not want Burks in the house with a knife. They called DPD for help. Police maintain Burks would not put the knife down. Attorney Jeffrey Feiger says police knew Burks, knew his struggles, and did not have to open fire on him.
There must have been 1,000 different things that could have been done other than shooting him. And the one and only thing they did was, I see a video where a man's holding out his hand and then they shoot him.
In addition to the $50 million, the lawsuit demands changes for the way Detroit police handle people suffering from a mental health crisis.
I believe that police officers shouldn't be responsible for caring for mentally ill people, but that they should not be responding with deadly force.
We asked the city and Detroit police for comment today. Chief White just putting out this statement to us saying the department reiterates that the shooting of Porter Burks was truly a tragic event. The department will continue to advocate for greater resources for the mental health community and will take every opportunity to improve its response to people suffering from mental illness. There's more to that statement. We'll put it on our website, clickondetroit.com. Devin, Karen, you also notice plenty of family members of Porter Burks here at the announcement, but they did not comment. They let Jeffrey Feiger do all the talking here. Live in Southfield. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Well, the search continues tonight in Detroit for a copper thief.
This happened last Saturday just before 7 at Cody High School. Investigators say a man stole copper piping and that disabled the school's heating system. That damage led to the school being closed on Monday due to no heat. So here's the surveillance security camera footage. If you recognize the man from the photo, give Detroit police a call. The man accused of breaking into House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's home and attacking her husband just went before a judge.
David DePapi is charged with attempted murder, assault, burglary, and more. His attorney entered a not guilty plea. Police say DePapi broke into the home, woke a sleeping Paul Pelosi, and then attacked him with a hammer. Police say he had a twist ties with him and also planned on taking Nancy Pelosi hostage and then interrogating her Paul Pelosi is still in the hospital tonight. DePape is being held without bond.
Now the new coronavirus numbers for the week. The state reporting 11,651 new cases over the past 7 days, which is down a little from last week, but 156 new COVID deaths are also being reported over that same time period.
News at Allen Park tonight lands with a thud for Lions fans.
Boy, team traded away a former first-round pick, and I was not expecting this. Were you?
Well, excuse me, Mr. General Manager, but
yes, no one called me. No one asked me to sign on.
Well, you will admit, Mr. GM, the Lions committed two major sins today. They traded away tight end T.J. Hockenson, a former #1 pick, didn't get enough for him. And number two, they traded him to a team in their division, which means they'll get to see him twice a year. We've got highlights of Hockenson. Lions sent to Minnesota along with 2 fourth-round picks. In return, they got a second and a third. That's it. For a guy who was a #1 in 2019. Lions fans like to say they're loud and they're proud, and today they're loud and louder over the disdain over this move. And at 1-6 and trading one of your top offensive keys means one thing. The 2022 regular season has come to a close after just 7 games for the Lions.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of
It
hard
really
to
is.
say you're not throwing it in the towel.
Totally.
At this
It's
point.
almost like rebuild time again. And how many of those have there been?
We are Bob the Builder in Detroit. There's no doubt about it. All we do. All right, more from Bernie coming up in sports a little later on a very busy Tuesday.
Let's check in with Kim.